Hello, unlimited friends. Today we are going to talk about the science behind instant manifestation. Hi, I'm ZMAHOON from ZMAHOON.com, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything that has to do with living our lives based on the law of attraction. So let's get started. What does instant manifestation mean to you? I'm sure it means getting what you want and getting it right away. Now, in order to understand how we can actually practice having things manifest instantaneously, we need to understand how energy and vibration work in order to bring us what we want. So take an example. Let's say that there is a person called Sam. It could be a guy or a girl. We don't know. It's Sam. Now, Sam is someone who is looking for work, let's say, or Sam is someone who's looking for a relationship. It doesn't matter. Something that they want. The depth of emotion with which they want it is the pulling power of their desire. All right. So I want to explain some really key concepts that I find it really easy to explain with a pen in my hand. So when you really want something, there is a depth to your desire. Let's say this arrow here is the depth of your desire. The more you want something, the more pulling power your desire has, right? So this is your desire and pulling power. Now, think about it this way. If you want something just a little bit, then the pulling power is less. And when you want something a lot, the pulling power is very high. Pulling power is the magnet that pulls the thing that we want from the field of all possibilities and brings it to us. That's what pulling power is. So we are pulling that manifestation. We are attracting it. We've got this magnet, and that magnet is our desire. So desire acts as a magnet. Now, if something were to get in the middle of this, so let's say that there was a blockage right here. Now, this pulling power, even though the thing that I want is right here, it's right here. But because there's an obstruction, even though I'm pulling, it can't come because it comes and then it stops. And this is what frustration looks like. Frustration is I keep banging my head against this wall and I'm not moving forward. Why am I not moving forward? What is this blockage? Well, this blockage is what Abraham calls resistance. So this is resistance. Resistance to what? Resistance to the pulling power of my desire. What does this resistance consist of? It consists of our beliefs. Our beliefs are the only thing that get in the way of our getting something. So, instant manifestation takes place when there is no obstruction. So if you wanted something really badly, it would manifest almost in the next moment if you did not have any beliefs that intervene. However, one of the biggest beliefs that we have as human beings is that things take time. Things take time. It can't possibly happen just now. I've asked for this beautiful person with a lovely heart to come into my life. They can't be waiting outside on the doorstep, waiting for me to open the door and let them in. That's just not possible. Life doesn't work like that. All of those are beliefs. Who's going to like me? I'm not the prettiest person. I'm not the sharpest knife. I'm not this. I'm not this. I'm not this. I'm too old. I never get out. All of these are beliefs that intervene, that keep that thing from happening. Because if you didn't have all these beliefs and many other beliefs like it, seriously speaking, the universe has the capacity to put that person out on the doorstep and you open the door and literally let them in. But it does not happen because all of us have some beliefs that slow down the power, the pulling power of our desire. Now, for some people, they want something and they desire it, but the desire does not have that much pulling power. It's not pulling, really, because we kind of sort of want it, right? I kind of sort of want a date for dinner, but I won't die. I won't starve. It's not the end of the world. So now I don't have as much pulling power, but I also don't have any beliefs that are going to get in the way. So guess what? This is going to lead to instantaneous results. Instant manifesting. Instant manifesting. The criteria for instant manifesting can be many. One, your desire is high speed, but you don't have any obstruction, you will manifest immediately. Your desire is lukewarm, but you don't have any obstructing beliefs, your desire will manifest immediately. It's like parking spaces. We want them, but we don't tell ourselves, oh, if I don't find a parking space, I'm going to go bash my car into the wall. We don't do that, right? So we have a desire, but it's lighthearted. We are not attached to it. So if it happens, fantastic. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. And when something is not the end of the world, we don't have what we call attachment. And when there is no attachment, then even a little bit of desire results in instant manifestation. So the thing that gets in the way always is this obstruction, which is based on our beliefs. If we did not have negative beliefs, we would be able to manifest whatever we want instantaneously. So when people say, oh, I manifested that instantaneously, I made a long list of criteria that I wanted in a relationship, and the next thing I know, this person showed up and they exactly matched the criteria that I had, chances are that that person had a very high desire, lots of pulling power, and not as many intervening beliefs. So when you have pulling power and there's nothing getting in the way, it comes fast. It's like, you know what? Abraham has this fantastic analogy that I absolutely love. And Abraham says that if you are driving a car at 100 miles an hour and you hit a tree, it's a very big problem than if you were driving at 5 miles an hour and you hit a tree. So we talked about the pulling power of our desires, but now the next thing to talk about is how big are those beliefs? How big and hairy or how big those trees are that get in the way? Because if you only have a little bit of a belief that gets in the way, just a small little thing that gets in the way, then the pulling power of your desire, even if it's not that high, even if it's this one over here where there's not as much pulling power, but because you don't have any intervening beliefs, you manifest instantaneously. Okay, so the size of the beliefs has a lot to do with how we manifest, and that's why we talk about creating positive beliefs, because when you have positive beliefs, there is no obstruction, and the pulling power of your desire will manifest things for you instantaneously. So in the end, what I want to say to you is it possible to manifest instantaneously? Absolutely. Yes, it is. We have all heard those stories where a parent saved a child from disaster and they did things that they could normally have not done. And I have someone, I have a friend who did that. She was on a boat, and her son fell into the space between two boats. And the boats, of course, they're doing this all the time on the waves. So the danger was that he would get crushed. So this woman was able to push the boat long enough to be able to allow someone to go get her child out of the water. That is the thing that happens when in one moment you just give up all your negative beliefs. Now, if she had stood there and said, "Oh, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can save my child. Who can, it's a split moment. Who's going to get him out and how many people do I need to push this other boat?" No, she didn't do any of that. She just jumped into action and she did it. She did what she thought she could do, right? And in that moment, she gave up all those negative beliefs that on a normal day, she would have thought about those things. On a normal day, people think about those things. If a child is going to get, is in the street, in the middle of the street, and is running the danger of being run over by a car, somebody grabs that child in a split second. In that moment, they give up the negative belief that it's not possible. They give up the negative belief that they will not be able to do it. And that's the thing, people. We have to give up those negative beliefs that tell us that something is not possible. Soon as we do that, instant manifestation takes place regardless of how much pulling power the desire has. And that's why people manifest things that they only kind of sort of wanted. And it takes a long, long, long time to manifest the things that they really, 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 really want. Because those things that they really, really, really want, they have a lot of negative thoughts about those things that they don't even realize they have. And that is because they don't verbalize those thoughts to themselves. Because, if you did verbalize them, you would tell yourself that you were being silly. Because sometimes when we verbalize a fear, it just seems so silly, right? But we don't do that because those kinds of thoughts are buried deep in our subconscious. They're not inactive because they are controlling our responses to the world around us. If they were inactive, they would not be controlling our response to the world around us. And if they were not controlling our responses, then they would not be important. They would not be a factor in that instant manifestation. So all our attention has to be on getting rid of conditional beliefs that hold us captive and don't allow us to move forward. That truly is the secret of manifesting instantaneously. So, how does this translate into the language that we are using these days in order to explain law of attraction? Well, attachment is a word that comes up a lot. What is attachment to the outcome? Attachment to the outcome means that I really, really want this thing, so I have a lot of pulling desire, but I'm not trusting, so I'm questioning because I cannot see the way how this thing will happen. So I'm questioning, when will it happen? How will it happen? How soon can it happen? What can I do to make it happen? And when you ask all those questions, they become an obstruction on your path that prevents instant manifestation from taking place. And that's what trust is all about. Trust is about saying, I desire it, and I will not put any beliefs on my path that will prevent me from getting this desire. So in Sam's example, let's say Sam is looking for a relationship. Sam has to, if Sam believes that they're not getting out and meeting enough people, then they have to kibosh that belief. They have to say, it's not about how many people I meet, it's about the right person. And the right person can show up in front of me anywhere. Maybe I'll meet them in the grocery store, maybe I'll meet them at work. Maybe I'll meet them at the post office. Doesn't matter. I know that the universe knows where they are. I don't know where they are, but I know that the universe knows where that person is, and the universe can bring that person to me. So I'm not going to worry about who they are, when I will meet them, and how I will meet them. I will just go about my day, because if I ask all those questions, then I'm putting a blockage on my desire. It's going to slow down things. So I'm not going to do that. And every time my thoughts go there, every time I say, oh, Valentine's Day is coming around again, and again I don't have a date, then I'm going to tell myself my date is out there. My date is waiting for me just like I am waiting for them. I don't have to go looking for them. The universe can find them for me. I'm going to let the universe figure it out. And in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy what I'm doing today, whatever that may be. Does that make sense? Now, on the other hand, Sam has a desire to eat chocolate. It's just a fleeting thought. Wouldn't it be nice if I had some chocolate around just now? It would be really nice. I think I would enjoy some. And then Sam lets that thought go. So Sam has not asked the questions, who is going to bring me the chocolate? When is it going to come? What do I have to do to get it? And because Sam has not asked any of those questions, chocolate is going to appear for them out of thin air, because the universe has their order and they have not put any obstruction on the way. So folks, that's how instant manifestation works. Instant manifestation is a function of the pulling power of your desire and the number of blockages that you put on your path. So before I close, I'm going to give you one more example. Let's say that I'm going to pull that board up again. So let's say that you've got a little bit of desire. Maybe I should draw another one. So maybe you've got a little bit of a desire, but you've got a lot of beliefs that act as blockages. So in the case of the chocolate, that could happen. I want chocolate, but who's going to bring it to me? Nobody's around. That's a silly expectation that chocolate is just going to arrive in front of me out of thin air. That's unreasonable. Unreasonable. Well, guess what? The universe can deliver unreasonable things. And when we say that's unreasonable, how is that going to happen? Now what we've done is, even though the desire was just a soft desire, we've put a big bundle of negative beliefs on the path. We've created a blockage and it's not going to manifest. And that's how sometimes you get that parking place, sometimes you don't. Because sometimes you have more beliefs about it. Sometimes you go to the mall and you think, oh, I'm going at peak rush hour. There's going to be no parking around. So even though you want the parking, but now you've put a blockage on your path, right? But some days you go to the mall and you don't even think about how many other people are there. And so you get there and the parking spot is right there. I'll tell you something, relationships, money, everything else works the same way. You want someone, you want a partner, and if you just want it a little bit and you don't start looking for them, because when you start looking for them, you are creating a lot more pulling power in your desire. But if you have intervening beliefs that say, how am I going to find this person and it's too late for me, or whatever other beliefs that you have that you keep repeating to yourself, that blockage keeps becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So even though that person is on the other side of the blockage, they can't enter your life. They might live next door to you and you will never meet them. because you've got this barrier that you've created because of the thoughts that you keep thinking. Money is the same way. If you keep telling yourself that money is hard to get, then money will always be hard to get. If you leave that alone, if you have the desire, but you don't keep asking how, when, where, what am I supposed to do, then money will keep showing up. It's as simple as that, folks. That's how instant manifestation works. I know that a lot of people try to explain it in many different ways, but I'm telling you, it's all a play of energy pulling the thing that you want out of the field of all possibilities. Our desire, what we generate from our hearts, is like a magnet that is pulling literally from the field of all possibilities this thing, this person, this money, this body, the health, whatever it is that you want, is being pulled. But we've got this barrier and they cannot get through unless we do something about the barrier. So one of the things that we can do is that soon as a negative belief comes up, when we ask those important questions, when, how, who, and what, then we shift it by saying things like, I don't have to figure that out. That's the job of the universe. And the other thing we can do is we can meditate. When we meditate, what happens is we circumvent that obstruction. We go around it because meditation raises our vibration. So imagine that this is a road that you're going on. This is a road that you're going on. What you want is right over here. But there's an obstruction consisting of all your negative beliefs that's over here. So you get to this obstruction and you can't go any further. What meditation does is it carries you over the obstruction. It carries you over. Did you understand that? That's really important. Pay attention. Meditation carries you over the obstruction. That's why meditation is so important. Because when you meditate, you're not thinking about all these beliefs. And when you're not thinking about them, they are not active. They disappear for those 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes that you're in meditation. Those negative beliefs are no longer active. And when they're no longer active, then instant manifestation can take place. I have to leave you with a little tip, and that is all you need is to get into that space that we call meditation for 2 to 3 minutes on a daily basis. And if you were able to do that for a good 30 or 40 days, things would start opening up for you and what you want would start coming to you. If you do meditation for a period of 30 or 40 days and you find nothing's changing, chances are that you're not doing meditation properly the way it's supposed to be done. I have a video about meditation, so you can go and listen to it, but I'll tell you something really important is do not take a desire into meditation. Because if you take a desire into meditation, if you say, oh, I'm going to meditate and then I'm going to meditate because I want this, then meditation will actually act against you. So instead of taking you over the barrier, it will make the barrier bigger. And that is key. So when you sit down for meditation, you tell yourself, I'm going to leave my life outside. For these 15 to 20 minutes, all I'm focusing on is creating a direct communication channel with Source, with the universe, because I want the blessings of the universe to start flowing to me. And that only happens if that communication channel is free and clear. It's not cluttered. It's not blocked with all the negative beliefs that I carry around with me all the time. So if you take a subject into meditation, now that communication channel is not open anymore. It is cluttered and clogged. You've taken your blockages and brought them into meditation, and that actually makes those blockages bigger. So don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, and this is where people get confused because they don't understand vibration and they do the action without understanding the vibrational reason behind it. And that's what I'm here to show you, because I know if you get it and you turn that corner, oh my God, you're going to pull desires with all your might, and nothing's going to keep you away from that, because there will be no more blockages along your path. That's what I want for you, and that's what I want for me. And if we all do it together, the world will be a much better place. Okay, folks, I hope that you found this discussion useful. And I hope that you are going to use the information here and act on it, use it to improve your lives, and come back and share those results with me, because nothing would make me happier. So if you plan on coming back for more, please click on that notification bell so that you're informed when I post again, because I would love to see you here. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Share this with anyone you think will benefit from it. That's it for me. Thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now.